I reckon you should try doing it with the room full, but without the mic.
Yeah. Because it limits what I can do. Because I can't
back around. You can always do it in the pocket.
Yeah. I think I'm probably just better without it because I can project. And this room holds sound.
Really squat live.
So
you've no music to compete with or anything.
Yeah.
Also, it felt a bit longer this time.
Yeah.
I was excited at first because I thought that it would be, something a little bit outside my usual themes or my usual, style of writing. But then as I really buckled down into it, I started to panic a little bit because I think in my head I had an idea of what I thought people wanted and what I thought the gallery wanted. And I was trying to force something that just wasn't coming naturally. And then when I let go of that and I just wrote in my own voice as I would normally, it flowed much, much easier. To find the truth, I close my eyes to summon your image, transported across plains infinite and brimming. First I hear embers burning, the low crackle of coal or wood on the stove, the whisper of wheels spinning yarn of all colors, rain beating on roofs, pooling and dripping outside misted windows onto pale yellow primrose.
I can't speak for women in this. I can't put this out as this is my manifesto about what this woman is thinking, and and so I was just like, maybe I'm just here to pose some questions of what if the princess doesn't want to be rescued? What if she's okay without me?
Spike unicorn, so dumb. Spike thinks Earth is flat just because carpet is. Spike unicorn, so dumb. Spike says everybody should be allowed to think for themselves, but never once thinks for themselves. Maybe I'm wrong.
I do have stories to tell. I have a perception that I want to really exude out of my whole spirit to say, this is my perception. And it was this whole thing again, like, am I the unicorn? Am I going to write a whole thing of my perception as the unicorn? And then that's when I saw, the unicorn can be a modern woman. And then that's where that whole perception was, I can explain myself as the modern woman, seeing what this woman's gone past, and all the trials and tribulations, and now maybe hopefully being the coach to allow her to know that you have a future. So young virgins, welcome to the unknown realm, the gap in existence, where your minds can choose to receive treasures submissively.
I noticed this monkey in almost every frame, and I was just like, what are you doing, monkey? What are you doing? And I was speaking to one of the other artists, Mirrah, about this monkey, and and we just kind of jamming ideas, and next minute I knew that sort of sense of mischief that I resonate with was right there, and I was just like, okay, you and me, monkey, you and me.
So getting to perform the work in the space with the tapestries is actually a bit of a moving experience actually, because I feel like so often we don't get to respond to the images that are around us on a day-to-day basis. And I'm surrounded by this woman that I see as being trapped. Here she holds both banner and horn, strength in her stance, bold in her form. What of the woman who has no need for unicorns, who have known they're imagined like the gift of virginity? And what of the unicorns, still seeking their virgins, verging on a violence not evident in a tapestry so fantastic, but present in every fiber of the masculine weight? Here, let's unravel a corner, just there, just there. I'll show you what happens to the women who dared to counter those dominant narratives.
There's so many ideas around what the piece could represent. So being kind of commissioned to respond to that was like both an honor and also what a task to do that justice.
Hello, unclimbable trees. Hello, abstract bird.
And I bring into question the role of these fabrics on this very wall, in this very space, owned by these kind of like, I don't know, like these audiences and the people that come in, like, you know, so what can I question around this? And it left me like sort of in this really shade of gray area where I was like, I have to be really respectful with what's happening, while also the artist in me to break everything open.
To get away from the Monkey says that. Monkey has an escape plan.
When you do all the stages of your senses, know that your future is looking at you going, this is what you've created. You've created the different mounds to move a positive to another generation, which is how many years later to who I become, you know, so it's, yeah, it was a powerful moment for me.
Hear ye, lend me your ears, my lady, I am your future.
And I had to be cautious because, yes, I'm a feminist and yes, I'm an activist, but at the same time, I love creating lyrics or words that you're not necessarily teaching people. That's not my right. So I thought how to be humble, how to portray a story of just what I feel from her and not be there to teach anyone.
Connecting your mind, your body and spirit to an internal harmony. This is your moment, young virgin. You are the seeds of evolution.
It had excitement, it had, oh wow, I have to prove myself with this piece. Then chill out, stop overthinking, and just enjoy art.
You know, as an artist who is outspoken, can actually close doors to the creative establishment. And so gaining access in this way to an establishment like the Art Gallery of New South Wales will allow the voices of women of colour, queers and those sorts of artists, because our voices and our stories are equally important.
Identifying worthiness and maturity. Bless.